Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. One of my old guys did not come through for me last night at all.
Well, that guy has not played in 5 years. And he almost went out and beat a very good Seahawks team.
It's completely over. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Married to Sports. Unfortunately, Corey is not with us, but with me as always, I have Hot Rod and Do, and it's Monday, so we got Chris from Getaway. How you doing? How you guys doing this morning? I know that's right.
Waking up.
We're doing well.
We're
Rod,
number one.
I see
Yeah.
that you have your South Carolina Gamecock shirt on. Go Gamecocks! I can't tell.
Man, that brings out your rosacea, Rod.
Oh yeah. That a baby. That a baby. It looks.
I think I'm getting a rush from wearing it, y'all.
That's just from not showering. But anyways, go ahead.
One of my old guys did not come through for me last night at all.
You should.
Old Man River.
Almost so. Dude.
Well, that guy has not played in 5 years. And he almost went out and beat a very good Seahawks team in Seattle. And I mean, look, you couldn't ask for anything better. I guarantee he outperformed what any of those backups would have done. Now, Daniel Jones may have had a different game, but I will say Rivers, I got to hand it to him, man. He's 6 years younger than me. Not even in my 30s could I have done what he did.
No,
I mean, ain't no way.
I mean, he did have a good game.
He did.
You know what? First game back against the number 2 or 3 defense that was a hell of a performance.
Yeah, and I heard you made the comment last night that, well, maybe Seattle was looking ahead to San Francisco or LA, whoever they're playing next. And I was kind of like, no, I think Indy went out there and played a fucking game. I think they went out and really tried to win for that guy, and for each other. I mean, they got a 5-year retired removed quarterback that came back to try to help them. And I got to say that Indy's defense was probably playing up. Their line was playing. I mean, look, the linemen were protected, trying to block their best for him.
Oh God.
So I got to hand it to Indy all around. I mean, they went into a tough environment because Seattle is one of the loudest. I think it is the loudest stadium in the NFL.
It's between them
and there were a lot of Colts fans there at that game last night, and there was a lot of just people just applauding him, even though they lost. There were Seattle fans applauding him. It was a good show of sportsmanship between the fans, the players. I mean, it was shit to watch the highlights of that game. I wish I could have had that game live, but I really would have liked to have watched it. I watched the highlights. He did great, and that's all I'm going to say about it. He did great.
Doing it in Seattle, I mean, the Seattle fans are, for lack of a better terms, a bunch of assholes. Let's just throw
you're
it
right.
out there. I got to give them kudos for their sportsmanship. I truly do. But this brings up a question for me. Don't get me wrong. Phillip Rivers did phenomenal, and I was absolutely shocked when I watched the highlights, to be quite honest. The way he kind of did but did not pick apart the defense. Does this tell me that the Seattle defense is not as good as it truly is? Or is it telling us that the athletes today aren't as good as they were when he was in his prime? Because look at him and Flacco have actually done pretty well coming in and just going, okay, let's get it done. Boom. And getting it done.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 4 quarterbacks.
I love that take, Chris.
He outperformed yesterday.
All right.
And these 4 quarterbacks, one of them won't shock you. 3 of them are a little shocking.
Okay.
Shador is 1.
Let me guess.
Shador is 1.
Sanders.
He outperformed Shador.
It's now
0
Shadurp
touchdowns,
Sanders.
3 interceptions. He did outperform.
You got to put a P
Shador.
at the end. Shadurp.
The 3 that are surprising: Drake May, Dak Prescott, and Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Dak doesn't surprise. Joe.
Oh God.
Wow. Now that one surprises me more.
No. Rod, if you go back and watch the highlight game yesterday, the Bengals looked
like the Browns yesterday.
The Bungles. I mean,
they scored as many points as the Raiders did. Joe Burrow and Geno Smith were in the same category yesterday. Geno Smith was another one that he outperformed. Or not Kenny Pickett.
Well, Kenny Pickett.
Either way, Either way.
Yeah. It's all good, man.
I mean, really, I mean, if you look at it that way, I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
even not playing Joe Burrow. Um,
And here's the thing. That's why Indy went and got Philip Rivers. They knew exactly what they were going to get with him. And you know what? We talked about it last week. The names out there on the free agency were not it for what they were trying to accomplish.
I would say any other free agent quarterback out there right now would have probably lost that game by 20 to Seattle because they would have probably turned it over or their drives would have just not been enough to even get in field goal range and have been a punt fest from that team. And, and probably would have got your,
that
JT
was
hurt.
the thing that
having to
was
run him so
surprising
much.
to me. So I think the Colts lost because of play calling. I think Shane Steichen cost them that game. I felt like you had a Philip Rivers who was, and Chris kind of brought it up a minute ago. If you go back and you watch the highlights, even if you go back and you watch not even just the highlights, like you'll see atrocious play calling. Like second give to Jonathan Taylor. No, we went and got Philip Rivers so that we could fucking pass the ball. Why are we not attempting to try to move the ball downfield? It was just there was a lot of situations that I'm like, man, this is why you brought in this vet. Go ahead, Dio. You have your hand raised. What's up?
Yeah, so I want to touch on that, Brandon, because you guys remember a couple weeks ago, Seattle went down to L.A. and Seattle's quarterback Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. They only lost 20-18 or 19-18, 19-17, something like that. Okay,
Right.
so that shows you the defense that Seattle has. When you have a quarterback turn the ball over 4 times to one of the most lethal offenses in the league, and you lose by 2 points to them, and you held them to about 20 points. Okay, they held Stafford and that trio of receivers.
Yeah.
And that running back that's getting really good. You held them to that amount. So you take Seattle at home yesterday, and the Colts with old man Rivers put up 16 points on that defense. That's a fucking win, baby. I mean, look, Seattle's lucky they pulled that game out because that's all I got to do to compare it right there is you take that Seattle team against LA down at SoFi. 2-point game. You had a 2-point game yesterday against the Colts with a 5-year removed quarterback. So there you go.
And when we were watching the game together, Dio, on live, you know what? Ultimately, Indy had the lead for most of that game, if I'm not mistaken. So you know what? That
defense got tired.
Defense got tired, exactly. It was not on Philip Rivers. It was not on the offense. It was on that defense.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Seattle can put up some points. So
no, I agree.
The Rams have a good defense. I'm just trying to compare it and sum it up as simple as possible.
Wasn't it a 5 field goal game for
6.
Seattle, or was it a 6 field goal? Something like that.
No, yeah. Philip Rivers technically outperformed Sam Darnold too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, and Drake May.
Yeah.
One was the MVP. One was in the MVP conversation. One was headed towards the MVP conversation if he could freaking string some wins together. And the other one, to me, is the most elite quarterback in pro football. I don't care what anybody says. Joe Burrow is the best thrower of the football right now.
Yeah. It was an ugly game out of the Bengals yesterday. That's why because I even took the Bengals in that game.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the Colts horse, but I do want to bring up one thing before we move on. And Chris, they take a Niner gang next week. They're at home.
They do. Monday night.
Then they're at home against the Jags. Travel to Houston. So you have a playoff team, and a potential playoff team. I actually kind of don't mind what Old Man Rivers did yesterday, but if they're going to make it through the Niner gang, you're gonna have to like break some of your offensive play calling. You're gonna have to bring that. You can't leave that at home like you did yesterday. The Jags. Trevor Lawrence is doing everything I said Trevor Lawrence would do as soon as he got with Liam Cohen. Funny what happens when you get a good coach. I mean,
yeah. Well, you look. There was so much, and over the years, and even this year, it's funny how there's so much hate for Trevor Lawrence. And I'm like, there's only one reason why you have a hate for him. It's because you know he's good and you don't want to admit it. And the kid, I'm telling you, went to high school, and he's a legend there. And I've heard stories about him. Where when he was in 8th grade, he was running first offense even at the high school, but he wasn't allowed to play. And he would play against their defense, just to get the defense better for those teams in Cartersville. He went to Cartersville. He was a hurricane in Cartersville. And then when you watch Tennessee passed up on him, which was I couldn't believe Tennessee passed up on him, and that's how he ended up at Clemson playing for Dabo Swinney. And you saw him win a national championship. You saw his talent, and then he goes to the league and he goes to one of the worst teams possible, the Jaguars. Okay, they've been bottom feeder years since they've been in the league.
Oh God,
you have to go back to the days. You have to go back to the days of oh God, what was his name?
Man,
Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell. Back when they used to do
right?
the AFC Central, you had the Jaguars, the Titans, you had the Steelers. What?
Where was he from?
No, he was
I think
Washington.
Washington, yeah.
He was a Husky. But you had that AFC Central when you had the Jaguars up in that division, and I mean it was a brutal division. It was a bruising division. But Jaguars haven't been the same since they restructured the league, put them in the AFC South, and it's just been kind of pedestrian. You don't ever see the AFC South winning the Super Bowl. Okay, that's just kind of the franchises that are there.
Well, back when Peyton was there.
Yeah, but
do you know how long it's been since Trevor Lawrence has won a playoff game?
Yeah, I know, but
okay, we're there 2 years. My bad. Trevor Lawrence has won a playoff game. What?
He's 1-1 in the playoffs.
None.
He's won one, hadn't he?
Yeah.
The second round.
Yeah, he lost.
You
He
know how
lost to
long ago
Patrick
that
Mahomes
was.
and the Chiefs. Yeah, I know.
No. Try
Yeah.
again.
At least 4 years ago,
No,
right?
try again.
No, it's been longer than that. Like 7 years ago.
Trevor Lawrence has a 1-1 career playoff
No,
record
I
as
wanna say
early
it was
as
7 years ago.
2023. It's only been 2 years since Trevor Lawrence has been removed from the
2 years
playoffs.
ago.
Okay.
God. Why does
that's
it
when
feel
he
like
had
it's
Kirk.
so long ago?
That's
And
when
it
they had
feels
Kirk and somebody
like
else
forever
there.
ago.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the Prince, like he's some washed up bum, like he's never been in the playoffs, like he's never. And he took a really bad
never felt that way
Jacksonville
about
team
him.
to the playoffs.
That's right.
I've been advocating for him to get out of Jacksonville to save his career, but Liam Cohen is really doing a hell of a job with him.
I don't know why Liam
Why isn't
Cohen's
he
not
brought up for
coach of the year? Because for me, in the AFC, it is not a clear runaway. There are two coaches in the AFC to me that I think have a shot at this, and it's Liam Cohen and Mike Vrabel. If I go to the NFC, there's two coaches to me. One is McDonald up there in Seattle. I think McDonald's done a great job up there in Seattle.
He has.
And I think you got Ben Johnson you got to look at.
got
I
Bears
think you have
coach,
to look at
and
Ben
then you got
Johnson. I don't see how you can't look at Ben Johnson. You have to look at Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Worst to first, technically. I mean, even though they're not, well, actually, they are in first place now, aren't they? Yeah. God.
Yeah, Packers lost yesterday. Bears are still hanging on to it.
Yeah,
The Bears have the Packers this week.
Right?
There's some really good final stretch of the NFL season.
Yeah, these
coming
last
up. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. This is.
You got Steelers, Ravens coming up. We got the Dolphins tonight. But anyways,
if it were to stay the way it is right now in the NFC, you're looking at Rams #1 seed, Chicago, Philly, Tampa, Seattle, my Niners, and the Packers. The best seed, in my opinion, in this whole layout would be #5, and that's Seattle has that right now. Tampa Bay is down. If they stay where they're at, I see Seattle straight up destroying Tampa Bay, let's be honest, even though they'll be playing in Tampa Bay. The next game would be against, God, Seattle would get either let's just put it this way. Seattle, they would not play the Niners until the NFC Championship game if they both made it. Because the Niners and Green Bay would either play Chicago or LA, or, depending on how the wins and all that crap goes. Sorry, I got to stand up. Yeah, they got the bye. And then.
All right, let me ask you all this. Right now, Bears being the #2 seed, Do you find that to be the most suspect?
Do I think the Bears are the
seed
most
in
suspect team? Is that what
playoffs?
you're asking? No. You're fucking Panthers, Bird.
Basically, yeah.
They're not in yet.
I agree. I mean, my Panthers crapped the bed yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
I
They
mean,
had that opportunity. They're number 9 now, and they moved
Chicago lost at
behind
Lambeau. Lost
Detroit.
at Lambeau. The Bears have had the Bears numbered. I mean, it's not like they got blown out and they didn't get their doors blown off of them. They lost. They lost a good game. That's a tough place to go play.
Yeah.
The Bears are for real.
Yep. I have to say, I kind of have to agree with you. I think that the Bears
Are they true
real,
Super Bowl contenders?
but my
I don't think so.
pushback
But
is this.
are they for real? Yeah, they're for real.
No. Caleb Williams, let's just break it down to one person. He's not a playoff quarterback that we have seen. Even in college ball, we can't say pros yet, but in college ball, he didn't do anything for his team. Let's be honest, he freaking folded on him. So is that going to translate into the playoff system of the NFL, or is it going to be somebody different, or has he grown, leveled up?
So let me ask you this.
I don't know.
Because you asked that. Caleb Williams, we watched cry to his mama.
All right.
After losing a game, right? Saw that on film. Like, you can't unsee what we saw. Like, we watched you run to the stands during the television broadcast and go cry to your mom. Okay?
Yep.
Can't unsee that. It is what it is. I love my mom too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What sign of adversity this year has he not come through? This is a different Caleb Williams than we saw 2 years ago.
You are correct. But the playoffs, having the game on the line, one and done or move on.
I mean,
has he really seen that yet?
The Bears didn't sniff the playoffs last year, and here they are actually winning those one-score games that they kept losing last year. And it's funny because Kansas City was winning those one-score games this year, and now they're out of the playoffs. So
now,
you mean last year, yeah.
Is it because they actually finally got a line that can block for their running game?
I mean, I do agree the line is better, and I do it is a big part of it. But I also agree that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Matt Eberflus. I have seen it. I would rather have Ben Johnson coach my defense than Matt Eberflus. I will go take a Pee-wee defensive coordinator. And I'm talking like little sixth graders. And I will have him go coach my defense because he could probably do a better job than Matt Eberflus. And yet we just want to be Make-A-Wish to this guy and keep giving him jobs that he didn't earn and wonder why my defense can't stop a nosebleed. Duh. And then we wonder what happened to Caleb Williams. You get Caleb Williams with a good coach, and look at his career. Same with Trevor Lawrence. You get Trevor Lawrence with a good offensive coach. Look at his career.
Trevor Lawrence has the Alex Smith syndrome too. He had 6 offensive coordinators in 6 years or something stupid like
that.
The Bucs offense.
I'm not going to agree with you. No way. No. Yeah.
All right. So we've seen the Philly Eagles this year. We've seen the Bucs lose offensive coordinators. Who's missing their coordinator the most?
How can you say that? Eagles are technically in the playoffs right now.
They're technically in the playoffs, but you would expect the Eagles' offense to be thriving, not. Let me see. What am I thinking? I'm sorry.
Not lackadaisical.
Thank you, Big Rod. I appreciate that. No, I agree. They are very lackadaisical. They're winning games just by getting lucky 90% of the time. A turnover here, a drop ball there. And I mean, how do you sit there and say that the Eagles aren't losing their offensive coordinator when they have more 3-and-outs than I've seen them have in 5 years that they're having this year? They're deep.
Saquon is not having the same season that he had last year under Kellen Moore.
True. Kellen Moore, I don't care what anybody says. That kid's going to be a Super Bowl winner in New Orleans. New Orleans gets rid of him. They are the dumbest organization that has ever been in any sport. That's all I got to say.
I don't understand how we're not eliminated.
It's the NFC.
Detroit has a tiebreaker on it. Carolina, Seattle, and San Francisco just have better records. I mean, there's no way we're in the playoffs. I mean, you might as well go ahead with that edict on it.
But you got that half a game. And that's all that is keeping you in there right now, the half game.
I don't know what screwed us. Anyway,
Yeah.
I knew that the Eagles were going to be bad without Kellen Moore because I saw what happened in Dallas after Kellen Moore. I knew Kellen Moore was a good coordinator. When we went 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, I knew that fucking Kellen Moore was a good coordinator. I didn't need anybody to tell me Liam Cohen was a good coordinator. I saw it with my eyes. You know what I mean? The Eagles had no choice but to move backwards, but they got a decent coordinator. They got a decent coordinator that doesn't know how to use the tools that he's got. Well, that's on your coordinator.
No, he doesn't. And I think that's also why you're seeing so much diversity between Green, Smith, Hurt, Saquon. I mean, they're not getting the touches that they think that they should be getting, so therefore they're pouting. They're acting like 3-0. Not Saquon as much. I will say that because you don't really see him having outbursts like Green and Smith, in my opinion.
He's one of the most quiet pro athletes you these days compared to others.
Yes, absolutely. Respectful. Dio, what do you think, sir?
Who are we talking about? I was having to respond to a business thing, but
That happens.
So-
That happens.
all right, what?
So
What are
we're
we on?
talking about Philly's offense and how the loss of Kellen Moore.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say about it. I mean, I've talked to some Eagle fans recently on my lives, and that they all agree. Look, they literally have pretty much the same offense as last year that won a Super Bowl, and their defense. Look, their defense is about what it was. They step up sometimes, they show up sometimes, but their offense is just not producing like they were under Kellen Moore. And you look at Kellen Moore now, man, he's 2 wins in a row, one against Tampa, one against the Panthers.
Yeah.
You know, and both those teams are potentially, one of them's playoff bound. They just don't know who wants it.
Exactly.
So I think Kellen Moore and the Saints are going to be just fine. I would be watching.
They get
But-
the rest of the offense right. They got a pretty decent defense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say elite, but decent. They can make some noise next year if they get their draft
They're
right.
4-10, and I'm going to
Yeah.
be real. That's
gonna
3
be-
more games than I thought they were going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all said that. We all said they would be a 2-15 team, a 1-16 team, if I remember correctly.
And I mean, the fact that they've got 4 wins, and he's doing it with Tyler Shuck, it's kind of impressive. I mean, I really can't wait to see what the Saints do next year, depending on if they keep things together. But as far the Eagles had no choice but to move backwards. The Bucs, they moved backwards because of injury. Now that you've got everybody back, you've got to start bringing it to people. You got to start calling the game. But that defense in Tampa is old, and it looks old. It looks a lot. It looks like the Steelers' defense. I mean, you got a couple guys. Dave Winfield is still playing lights out. He's still knocking the ball out of people's hands, still like really playing aggressive. But that's one guy, and you need 10 others to show up on Sunday.
Yeah. You do. You truly do.
Let me
So-
see something.
Go ahead, Rob.
No, y'all go ahead. I want to see something.
Okay. So I wanted to see who were the free agent QBs for next year. Okay. Just to see if the Saints go after somebody in the draft, they stick with the guys they got, or they decide to pick up a free agent. Now, if Daniel Jones decides to leave Indianapolis, which he probably will not just because of the injury, or they'll let him go, he would be a free agent. Aaron Rodgers, he will probably retire. Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Tyrod Taylor, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Those are
Old man
kind of
Joe,
the more
give
the
him another
veteran
shot. He's been
players.
spinning the ball.
The young player, Kenny Pickett, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Malik Willis,
I'm good on all
Sam
those.
Howell
Cool.
on the younger
Forget
side.
it.
Yeah. I just don't see a quarterback that the Saints would want to grab. Maybe Trey Lance because what's his face worked with them, but I don't see the Saints grabbing one. I see them working with what they
There's
have.
one
or
name that you
drafting
didn't
another
mention
one.
that's on the free agent list, free agent now, and that's DTR. I would like to see them go get
Oh,
DTR. I would like to see Kellen Moore with DTR. DTR showed me enough in Cleveland that I said, with the right coach, this guy can play. DTR is a pro quarterback. Now, is he a backup? Probably. But did he have flashes? And if he got with the right coordinator,
yeah.
grow and learn and actually be taught something? I think the kid would be really good. He's got legs. He's got arm. He's all right. I would go get him with Kellen Moore.
So, I mean, we can talk about next year's free agent quarterbacks and this and that and who's going to get drafted.
Green Bay?
Let's talk about one of the big ones that went down yesterday.
Oh,
Quarterback. Let's talk about Patty Mahomes. I mean, that poor guy, man. Look, they were probably going to lose that game anyways, and he got hurt late in that game. Uncle Rico, also known as Gardner Minshew, had to come in, but he ended up throwing that interception. I just think once Patrick Mahomes went down and left the game, I knew their season was done. They are officially out of the playoffs. They haven't missed the playoffs in 10 years. And look, a lot of people were wishing for that anyways, not for him to get hurt, but they were hoping the Chiefs would not make the playoffs because let's face it, you never know what you're going to get once they get in, but they are officially out.
Yeah.
It's, for sure going to be a different AFC team this year going to the Super Bowl. So, it's sad though. I hate it. I hate it for him, and I do hate it for the fans because you never know. It might take him 2 years to really get right after that. And what do you do with him? Does he want to stay in Kansas City and go through another rebuild or retool? Or is he going to want to?
As long as
that
that contract is, I don't think you can really. I don't think he's looking to go anywhere. I think him.
Well, he might renegotiate that because if Andy Reid retires and you lose some other key players that are there, Patrick Mahomes, he may say, you know what, I'm willing to work with anybody to go to a more competitive team if he wants to get back to the Super Bowl. I don't see him getting back to the Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
No.
How about that?
I don't either, especially if Andy Reid
is Andy Reid going to retire, or are y'all just saying?
Especially if
Andy Reid might retire.
What else does the man need to do? What else does he need to do? He's gone to the playoff 10 straight years.
Where do you expect him to go?
He's won 2. All right. So Andy Reid, if I'm not mistaken, what is he?
67 years old.
67 years old. I don't see him doing it past 70. And if you put 3 years on him, the Chiefs aren't going back to the Super Bowl in 3 years. They're not.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So,
but on the other hand, you never know, man.
You do.
That's true. Know. That's true. They may draft some good players and make some good trades. I don't know, but anyways, it's sad for him. You had Micah Parsons go down yesterday, Devontae Adams. Some big stars were hurt yesterday.
Yeah,
and it was a crazy day in football for injuries.
It was. And as much as we say that last game of the season where guys sit out to get playoff healthy, that's exactly why. Because look at what we lost in week 15. And those players cannot be replaced this way in the season.
No.
And
I mean, at this point, with Denver winning yesterday and the Patriots losing, the Patriots need to start looking at saving their players, which could help some of these teams on the bubble.
Well, I think it would really help Buffalo, especially.
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong. I don't like to see Patrick Mahomes get hurt. I don't want to see any player get hurt and have to go through rehab and go through that mental instability and all that kind of stuff that happens nowadays. But part of me is like, well, I got to look at my Niners. We've lost how many players?
You lost basically a whole team. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we did. And it's next man up. Now, am I going to sit there and say every team is supposed to be like the Niners? No, because you just don't have that stability. But you got to put these things in place in case it does happen. Now, do I think that Minshew Magic is a good fit for the Chiefs? I do. Sad to say, but I really do think he is. I think if he can keep his INTs down and not have to scramble as much, I think that he is going to do wonders. Now, the
But
Chiefs lost a shit ton of offensive linemen through the years. So I'm wondering if that also has to do with Mahomes' injury. I did not see the injury, so I can't tell you the who, what's, when, where's, and hows to see if it was he was in the pocket, running the. I don't know what exactly
he
happened.
was scrambling, if I remember the play right.
Okay.
But to what you were saying, Chris, you're right. Not every organization is good at creating the depth and stability like the 49ers. But you know what? That next man up mentality has to be on every team's radar
Yeah.
because if not, they're going to struggle. And we don't see it often with that next man up because when one player goes down, how many times has the season been lost from one player?
Oh God, yeah.
So I give the 49ers kudos for that.
Not only that, what I like about the next man up is you also get to see players that you would never see or players that would never get playing time and get development on the field. And it's only making those players better. So further down the road, when they come into games and impactful situations, they're just that much better and have that much more confidence. At least that's the way I look at it.
I agree. Sorry, my wife just came in and scared me.
Well, good. That a girl. Get him.
No, I'm easy to scare. The shirt scares me enough.
Yeah. But it does look good on you.
Oh, can it?
Telling you, man, it brings out your blood pressure. I mean,
Yeah, it brings up my blood pressure. That's right. Thank you, Dio. Brandon, what else you
So
got for us, man?
y'all think the dynasty? Actually, it sounds to me like y'all think the Chiefs dynasty is just completely over.
yes, it is.
I think you can have a down year. We watched Tom Brady tear his ACL, and they come
No. All
back.
right. Y'all are fortunate. I actually own two Chiefs jerseys, and there's a reason why I own them. It has nothing to do with the team. It has to do with the names on them. And I will gladly wear a Chiefs jersey next year when they are bottom feeders again. So how about that? I'll wear it on camera and live. Chiefs are cooked. They are done.
You
I'm
know,
telling you. I'm telling you.
I
They will
had
not. They will not be back. They will not be back. They
Nah,
missed the playoffs next year. How about that?
sorry. I had said earlier this season that the Chiefs were in trouble with their dynasty. Whether they draft well, the free agents and the players they've lost, you can't replace. Let's be
Yeah.
real. What's the guy's name that went to the Bears, the offensive lineman?
Tooney or Tooney.
Yeah. You know what? That was a big loss. Let's be real. You,
Rasheed Rice, garbage. Worthy's going to be good, but he's going to be good on a bad team.
Yeah.
Kelsey, he's hot dog water. He needs to be
yeah.
thrown out.
he
Look, they're
retires
done.
this year. I think
They're
he
done.
goes and gets married and has a wonderful life outside of football. Congratulations. I mean, he's earned it. I do think that Travis Kelsey will be in the Hall of Fame. He's not going to be in the Hall of Very Good. He is a very elite player. The You have a young
So,
tight end in Noah Gray. You
so
have tight ends coming up that you can
all
draft.
right. So we're not going. We're
Rasheed
just going to
Rice is not
ignore.
going to have a life altering experience. I hope before the season. You know what I mean? When you have the off the field issues that
Yeah,
Rasheed Rice
there's that
has,
issue.
it takes you away from the field, and so his production had no choice but to go down. Now, granted, that was of his own demise. He did that to himself. I understand,
All right.
but when a team is a team, we bring our brother along with us. We all have that uncle or cousin that we just don't like, but we see him at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving
All right.
anyways, right?
All right. So you're saying that Kermit's going to be 100% ready to go next year after this injury. You're going to tell me that he's
Not
going
to
to
say
be
Patrick.
like fucking fire dynamite, ready to come out the cannon. I mean, no, he's not. No, that's what we just talked about this 10 minutes ago. You don't know how he's coming back. Like he's going to come back because he is that guy, but you don't know where he's going to be health wise. He might be gimpy. You don't know. There's a lot going on with the Chiefs
There's
right
a
now. The
difference
season's not even
between Kirk
done.
Cousins and Aaron Rodgers getting hurt and Patrick Mahomes getting hurt. There is a difference. Yeah, I'll go here
Wow. Why is that?
because let me tell you. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers' work ethic and team
You go
attitude.
right ahead. I never knew your eyes were that brown, but go ahead.
When you look
All
at
right.
Patrick
Go ahead, Brandon.
Mahomes and you look at Aaron Rodgers, you can see an attitude difference. You can see a work ethic difference. You can see all the things that are team related. That is a difference in between Patrick Mahomes and a hired gun in Aaron Rodgers. We just watched Aaron Rodgers get mollywopped because the line said,
Yeah.
I'm going to miss this one on purpose. I'm going to let you eat one. And they did. And his attitude is thank you, has
Yeah,
honestly been better
I agree with
ever
that.
since that happened. So Patrick Mahomes' attitude and work ethic tells me that he's going to be just fine. Now, however long that injury is going to take him to recover, it's going to take him that long to recover. But the mental side of it, I'm not
That's all
worried
I'm
about
getting at.
because he's a dog.
Yep. No, and I don't disagree with you one bit on that. I'm just telling you, nobody knows how that leg is going to come back, and how long it's going to bother him. Because, look, I'm not comparing him to Kirk Cousins. I would never even do that. Aaron Rodgers is the only one I put in the same relevance to Patrick Mahomes, and I think Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Period. I'll put that down every day. Aaron Rodgers, it has nothing to do with it. He's my quarterback for the Steelers right now. Period. Mahomes is the better quarterback. Always will be.
Here's the thing. This is the real first significant injury for Patrick Mahomes, the ACL. And you know what? Ultimately, you don't know how he's going to respond to it. I mean, the worst he's had was a dislocated kneecap, and he missed 2 games with it. I mean, he's a scrambler. He moves a lot. He's going to have to plant, turn, twist, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting after that. I mean, Tom Brady did have what? Help me out here. 2 within
but
3 years.
But see, the difference between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers isn't a scrambler. He does not use his legs to get out of trouble. He's going to get rid of the ball. Patrick Mahomes is that guy that's going to try to make that dynamic play to save a busted play. Like if his receivers falter or they fall down, and he's like, "Shit, I got to either get rid of the ball, or if he sees that first down is possible with his legs, he's going for it." And that's where I put the problem in here, is because he uses those legs to get where he needs to go, to make the play, to save a drive, whatever. And that's the whole reason I put the Chiefs in it's just this year wasn't down.
I think this is an anomaly. I think
we've
we've had to see Patrick Mahomes put on the cape this year, like Josh Allen's had to do for his whole career. And Patrick Mahomes wasn't built physical enough to put on that cape. Like, he didn't have the offense that he's had. It's sad because we finally got to see the receivers together, and they were not. They're second in drops. Patrick Mahomes can't go catch the ball too. Like, at some point in time, you have to hold your receivers accountable. And I think next year, Rashee Rice won't have the off the field issues. Hopefully, he won't have the off the field issues. I would like to think he won't.
Fake or not,
and he's done everything he can for that family and everything else. Like, he's really gone above and beyond on top of the criminal stuff he had to deal with on top of that. So, Worthy is a young kid who is explosive and can take the top off the defense. I think Hollywood Brown, you got to see what you got and see if you can get rid of him. See if you have any kind of capital at all with him, because he did not, and I had him on my fantasy team. He did not perform like he should have.
No, not at all.
So I chalk this up as a down year, but I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over.
So here's why, to me, I think next year's a down year for them as well. And I the long-term effects of an ACL injury. He's going to go one of 2 ways, okay? He's going to go, I call it the Kajana Carter way, or he's going to go the Aaron Rodgers way after Aaron Rodgers had his surgeries, okay?
Well, look at Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Is he going to not be able to focus? Because this is his first injury. It's kind of like Kajana Carter, if you guys remember him.
Yeah.
Penn State running back came into the league hot on fire, blew out his knee first game. Nothing. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't get over the mental part of it, plus so on and so forth, right? Now, Aaron Rodgers was able to get over it mentally because he went to freaking psychedelic, so on and so forth. But mental toughness is 90% of injuries. Okay. Is it hard to get out of that? Yes, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I've had 2 reconstructions on my shoulder, and it's not easy. Okay. With that being said, where's his mental toughness at? He's got all the stuff that's going on with his wife, his brother, his uncle, sister's dog's best friend's nephew. Then he's got the field, he's got all the fans, he's got all the endorsements that people are going to want him to be at and do. Is he going to be able to focus on his recovery? I don't know. We're looking at, like I said earlier, week 10, week 12 before he comes back next year.
I got a serious question for all 3 of y'all.
Okay.
Let's say this was a week 1 injury where he could have sat out the whole year and had most of the next year to recover compared to week 15. Wouldn't it have been better for it to happen week 1 compared to week 15? Because I'm just looking at, like, you want to get through the season. He's hardly missed the season, any games. Mentally, going out near the end of the season, to me, would be
I mean,
harder.
I don't think it matters when you get hurt. When you get hurt and you miss time, you're
That's-
going to be hurt and miss time, whether you miss this year or next year. Now, if you look at the Chiefs missing 2 years, yeah, you can say it's going to be worse for the Chiefs because he's going to miss 2 years, yada yada yada. But because they missed the playoffs this year, and they'll probably miss the playoffs again next year if he's not coming back till week 10. But at the same time, like, I didn't see Patrick Mahomes in bad balls. I saw a lot of those interceptions having hit the player in the hands or chest or face, and then going into the defender's hands. You know what I mean? It would be different if it was the play of Patrick Mahomes that they lost, but it wasn't. It was the play of everybody else that lost. And so the mentality of this kid, the effort in this kid, the warrior within this kid, it's all completely different than Aaron Rodgers. And so I know it's an ACL, but we watched Tom Brady do it, and I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes reminds me of Tom Brady when it comes to the mentals. He is closer to Tom Brady than he is Aaron Rodgers when it comes to the mentals.
I don't disagree,
That's a very
but
interesting take.
but this is the first time he's been in this situation. That's all we're getting at. So you don't know what his mental state is at this point.
Hold on, though. When Tom Brady went down and Castle had to come in, wasn't it almost like the same time period? Think about that for a second, because I'm trying to
It is
put
similar.
the chronological order.
Because it was like what,
together.
2010 when he tore his ACL,
Yeah,
and like 9 or 10,
yeah,
somewhere between
something like that.
between 8 and 10, he tore his ACL, and then went on another run.
Yeah, yeah. Could this be a Mahomes run after this? I doubt it, but who knows? I mean, if we're going to stay on the positive way, yeah, absolutely. We're going to see another Mahomes run. He's going to go win another 3 Super Bowls.
All right.
Another 2 or 3.
Tom Brady was 31 years old.
Okay. How old is Mahomes? 29?
I think he's 30. Let me look.
It is very similar. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's right around.
He's 30.
Okay. Whoa.
That is
Almost
unique
scary.
how that's similar like that. Same leg?
Yeah.
Same leg. It's really weird.
Wow. It's like the Theismann Alex Smith thing, too. So are we going to have history repeat itself? We don't know. We literally don't know. The possibilities are there.
They're going to draft pretty high. Do they draft a quarterback? Stop it.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew is a backup. You're fine.
Yeah. They got to go with line. They really need.
What are you
Great
talking about?
backup.
Gardner Minshew is a great.
But you don't need a backup
quarterback.
next year.
Minshew
You need a
Magic,
starter.
baby. You do, but you also need a line to help either one of them so they don't get hurt. They don't have that line right now. They got guys. They're like,
If you had Gardner Minshew through preseason and taken first snap offenses, if Patrick Mahomes is not ready to go, you roll with Gardner Minshew to get you to that. If you can win, if you can split your first 6 weeks, let's say that's how long it takes for Patrick Mahomes to be ready. If you can go 3-3, you're okay. So I fucking drafted a quarterback? Absolutely not. You better get some damn linemen and another offensive weapon. And you might want to find you a good defensive player or make some good trades.
Exactly.
Anyways, not to injure this podcast from getting hurt, and sidelined. I mean, we've been talking about this for quite a minute.
But
I know I brought it up, but
last thing,
we got more stuff to get covered.
last thing about it, it was both of them did injure the left knee.
What?
Oh, by the way, Kermit Jr. at Nebraska has entered the transfer portal.
Wait, what?
oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, Kermit.
Yeah, right. He's entered the transfer portal.
Oh, yeah.
He's leaving,
I saw that.
He's leaving Matt Rule. That's crazy.
Oh, and by the way, Lagway entered the transfer portal too.
Yeah, I'm sure Mike Norvell's going to welcome him with open arms and say, "Let's go 3-9 together. Let's miss another fucking ball game."
Dio, you are on one today, my friend. You are on one.
So the Rams beat the Lions 34-41. The Broncos beat the Packers 34-26. And obviously the Vikings beat the Cowboys. But
My
the Rams beating the Lions and the Broncos beating the Packers.
I tell you what, I'll say this about your Cowboys, Brand. I think your head coach is the right guy y'all been looking for. I think if Jerry Jones lets him operate the way he needs to, then I think he can make it work. Eberflus needs to be fired last season, even though he wasn't there.
2 seasons ago, Dio. What are you
2 seasons ago. I'm sorry. He should have been fired before he ever got to Dallas. If y'all had a good defensive coordinator, I think you guys are probably in the playoffs. And look, you're missing some key players. You're missing a couple guys on defense.
But
for what you have and what they traded for, you're not a bad team.
No.
That's what's crazy. You're not a bad team. It's just your coordinator on the defensive side of the ball.
I think a lot of
it's
it's on the
cost you your
players too.
playoff opportunities.
I think a lot of
And
it
I
is the
agree with
players will and want to. I don't think they have the will and want to.
And I mean, it pains me as a Steelers fan to say anything nice about the Cowboys. But out of respect to you, Brandon, I do talk about your Cowboys in a better, fair light. I do. Because look, at the end of the day, I got to respect, certain things about the organizations, even Ravens, I respect the Ravens organization. I think they're a class act.
But wait a minute. For Dallas, as Brandon likes to say, Overshown's back.
Hey.
Oh, I know.
But notice he came back and we started forcing.
That's a Rook thing to say. But that's a Rook thing to say.
You did.
True. But what was about Brandon Aubrey last night? He was off his game. He missed 2 field goals. I mean, granted, they were 51 and 59 yards.
Vegas. That was Vegas calling.
I mean,
that was Vegas calling, baby.
You took my kicker, didn't you?
Man.
You took my kicker. You took my kicker in a parlay.
Rodney, did you take Aubrey on points last night?
I want everybody to repeat after me. Rodney did not take a kicker all day yesterday. Not even Brandon Aubrey.
Hey, Rod, can you scoot back a little bit? I can't see that Carolina shirt very well.
Yeah, you may have to stand
up.
up.
That South Carolina Gamecock shirt on him. Woo! Hey, you might want to hang on to that for next year's follies when you make some bad gentlemen's agreements. Just hang it up in your closet, brother.
We got one left.
Hang it up in your closet.
Our Steelers are going to take on. Yeah, our Steelers. As the resident Steeler fan.
Our Steelers? Shut up. My Steelers. My fucking Steelers.
Hey, I picked them to win the North. You still got them having a losing season. So which one of us is more of the fan?
Hey. What to believe? I want.
Dolphins win tonight.
Shut up, Rodney.
Oh, damn. Who did I pick? I can't even remember.
No, I think DK has at least one touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, I want to say he's going to have 3 passing touchdowns. Warren is questionable. He's got a stomach bug or something going on. So be careful if you
I
have
know.
him
I
on your
need
parlay
30
or
points
fantasy.
from him
You know, be
tonight,
watching
and
that
now he's
closely.
questionable because he's sick.
Yeah, they said he's got a personal
But
illness. So
honestly,
he's probably got the crud going
Gainwell
around.
can do it for y'all.
Yes. Pulled his wing.
He can. I just wish we'd have maybe got Tank Bigsby instead of the Eagles. I mean,
Probably.
shit, we'd be using the shit out of Tank Bigsby. The Eagles barely touch.
And they're
That's
going
what
to
blows
Will-
my
they've
mind.
been
The
going to Will
Eagles
Shipley.
hardly use him.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like the only thing they did was they probably saw an opportunity to get him in a deal when they made a deal, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to give up Tank Bigsby too? Okay." And so now they're probably going to use him as draft stock.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers don't pick up Tank Bigsby and we don't end up with Shadurk Sanders next year, and Mike Norvell's going to get Agway from Florida. Oh my God, man!
You're going to be in 7th heaven.
Oh
That was
yeah,
a great show, by the way. I just have to say it.
I could have went the rest of my life without hearing that, Rodney.
If the Steelers can go 2-2,
Oh. Oof.
Well, we need to beat the Ravens again. That's the only thing we need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we could look at this game tonight and go, "Oops," but if we beat the Ravens, you know, if we sweep the Ravens, we've got the North.
So I took Pittsburgh in this game minus the points, and I know some of you guys don't do points, but I do. It's just me.
I do head up. I do straight up.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that Warren has a stomach bug, and with the resurgence of the Dolphins and Daniels since they got rid of the GM, I'm having a hard time staying with that pick. And
Oh, you don't have T.J. Watt either.
yeah, that's right. No JJ.
I mean, you don't have anybody. You don't have anybody to send to it.
you still got Cam Hayward over there.
No.
You know,
So yeah,
hey, you're going to pay a man $220 million.
You still got Cam Hayward.
Who?
Cam Hayward.
Who? I mean, you got $220
With a
million
punctured
sitting on
lung.
the
A
fucking
collapsed
sideline.
lung.
It's ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
I don't
With a
know. I
punctured
still have
lung.
the Steelers winning this game. Miami does
Yeah,
not play
I
well
like-
in the cold.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling with that anymore. They've got means. They've got heaters on the sideline. They've got those little heated vests now they can wear underneath.
What is the weather in Pittsburgh? It's supposed to be in the 30s.
It's probably what was that?
I just
Right now it's 16 degrees.
Oh no, we got a
damn.
heat wave. It's
Yeah.
42 here.
you got to go with Pittsburgh. Woohoo!
You know what? Though?
I'm telling
At
you
game
right now,
time, it's gonna be
Miami does not
17.
play well in the cold.
Okay.
Oh, it
Achane
warms
can,
up.
Up
but
a degree.
none of the Waddle doesn't. Tua doesn't. None of those guys play good in the cold. This is going to be a run.
Come on, he's from Hawaii. Of course,
Yeah.
he's not.
This is an Aaron Rodgers
And
game
if
because
you
he was
notice,
used to
Aaron
playing at
Rodgers does
Lambeau.
get better
Yeah.
in the cold. As the cold gets going, he gets better and better.
Well, yeah, it slows down the death rate. You know, of us
I
old
mean, it
guys.
does. And so I like Aaron Rodgers tonight. I got you guys covering the spread -3. I like it. Even with Warren being out, Gainwell, he'll make a difference. I think Gainwell might actually be a better back anyway.
What is about teams not being able to play in the cold like
Right.
the Dolphins? I mean,
Dude, when you have a median temperature of 75 in Miami, I mean,
Rod,
don't give me that, Chris. I'm not buying it because these guys, when they get no, hold on. When they get drafted to the team, they still had to play in elements all through their life.
Rodney, did you just get sassy with Chris?
yeah, I kind of like it. Let's go.
Holy
So,
shit!
You can
Let's
give
go,
me that.
fucker.
Why is it ultimately that these guys, other colleges that have played in cold, yeah, you go down to Miami, yeah, you're right, Chris, it's 70 degrees, 75 median, okay? But still, the cold element you should still be used to when you go to these other things. So what else is it? Is it mental?
So it's physiological, actually. If you want to be honest, it's your anatomy as well. Your body takes roughly 2 to 3 days to get used to an area. If you are going from Miami, which is the median temperature of 75 degrees,
Putting your
and
body
you're
in
going
shock.
to 19 degrees, if
You're
you're
putting your
not
body
in
in shock.
19 degrees, say that again? Exactly. So therefore, when did Miami get there? Probably Saturday, right? So that's giving them 2 days. You're still not getting ready. Your body is still not ready. You've been in 75 degrees for 20 weeks now
Preseason.
because you figure summer to fall, now into winter, so on and so forth, right? Your temperature has not changed because you always go back to Miami, right? And you're always going away. It's like if I went to South Carolina right now, you're in the 30s, right? 20s, 30s, give or take, right?
Probably about the 50s, yeah.
Okay, so the 50s. So you're kind of similar to my weather, so I'd be fine playing there. But if I went to where Dio is or where Brandon is, it would take me a couple of days for my body to understand how it needs to change, how it needs to insulate, so on and so forth. Okay. Now let's talk. What does cold do when you breathe? Makes it harder for you to breathe, right? Because you're
Right.
breathing in that cold air and your body's not used to that. So there's another factor that people don't take into account. All right. So these guys are going to be working harder. And when you work harder, you start to get more tired. So therefore, you take all this and put it together. I'm not saying Miami doesn't have a chance, but the odds of them actually doing as well as you want to think they're going to do, it's not going to happen. Okay. That's my point. Hot
I mean, we used
rod.
to go out and play in the snow,
Thank
but if
you.
you when we'd go out there, I mean, we'd be way layered up. We'd have layers upon layers upon layers because we can always take layers off. But two,
Exactly.
dude, the first 30 minutes of us playing, we're still getting acclimated to the weather. We're getting our bodies are you're sluggish. It hurts to hit. Like it hurts more to hit when it's cold. I mean, it feels like glass.
Oh, yeah.
And
It does. Yeah. And what
oh my
about when
god,
you
it's so
get that
cold.
first
Oh my
shot
god,
of
fuck
snow
that.
in your face? What happens? Yeah.
And that's what happens
Yeah.
with these guys.
See,
When it's
I never
19 degrees, you like
understood it,
sitting
so that was
outside
a fair
in
question.
shorts
I
and a
mean,
t-shirt. Why the hell you want to? Why the fuck you want to
of
stand
course not.
on the sidelines with
But
spandex and no sleeves? I didn't think about
Hell
that.
no.
All right,
that's play.
So right now where I am, I've got 50 degrees, okay, and it feels like 45, and we've had it down into the
that's crazy. I didn't
30s
think
here
California got
where
that
I'm
cold.
at. Oh yeah, it's cold as hell for us. I won't lie.
It was
Usually
19
we're
degrees when I took the
60s,
trash out last
50s,
night or this morning.
and Dio's probably sitting there, and it's like 5 degrees in
All right, so I got
Chattanooga
the
right now.
Steelers. Dio's got the Steelers. Chris has got the Steelers. Rod, who are you taking? All right, good. The Dolphins
I'm
get the
taking the
KOD.
Dolphins.
All right.
All right, guys.
Oh,
Well, we appreciate you being here with us. We will be back with y'all tomorrow. This episode is brought to you by Heaven Sent Hellbent Gear, hshbgear.com, 50% off, promo code MARRIED, Dugout Mugs, Styles Apparel, W Energy, and Chris, tell us about Paratravelers.
hey, let me get you anywhere you want to go around the world. Booking a trip for a group, going to Hawaii in summer. So I can also do group trips. So check me out. Send me a message. Send Brandon a message.
Absolutely.
He'll get it to me.
All right, guys. Well, we
Thanks,
appreciate
everybody.
it, and we will catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.